Now, the S&P 500, we got to discuss what's really happening here, right? And you look where we're at and how we're structurally getting this action. It's what you want to see. The break and retest, 57.97. You zoom out further, your key levels. You know, you got over, it was a stair step all day. It was a battle, 57.82. Those are your big levels you've been really watching. Nasdaq also stepping back in, getting back into some of these local levels, 20,300, but really getting over that 20,252 range as well, pushing back up. Those are the big things right now. We look at really what's happening, okay? Now, a step further, what's really causing this? Now, again, the Israel-Iran conflict has been like the big what if out there right now. And you saw Israel come out and say that they're going to refrain from attacking the nuclear facilities. If you believe that, I don't know. I don't know if I believe it, but the markets did. The markets did believe it, and the markets loved it. And you saw us really move from that mentality. Dude, there's freaking squirrels all over my house. I need to post some of these videos on Twitter. But that's what you're really seeing here, okay? And we look broader at SPY, and you're coming back into those local highs, as you can see here as well. You look good. This is what you want to see. But I'm going to tell you what I've been telling you. Be careful here. We don't want to start pushing all in. We don't want to start getting hyper aggressive at highs. Now, if I am getting aggressive, it's in the strongest overall sector. And what have we talked a lot about there? Again, we look at what's really happening in those sectors, and that sector has really been semiconductors. You can see the industries, right? Semiconductors have been the strong area. We're talking Nvidia, AMD, AVGO, right? Those have been the bread and butters recently, carrying a lot of the momentum. I think there's some undervalued names there as well, but that's what you got to really be watching. So if you're watching futures here on Nasdaq and watch what's happening within that market, I would tell you, watch semiconductors, SMH, what's happening in SOX, right? What's happening with Nvidia primarily, right? You can almost time all these moves, and we've been saying it, Nasdaq's going to move when you start to get the move from semiconductors, and that's what's really happened. If you look over the past 2 months, semiconductors have been cooling. Well, guess what? They're breaking out. Nvidia, we talked a lot about this, getting your breakout here, right? Everyone was saying, Nvidia, it's a bubble, it's this, it's that. Well, guess what? It's the same thing we've been saying. Did we say go short dated? Did we say 2 months out? Did we say 6 months? No, we said go long dated. Why? Because you want to be able to capture this move. I'm not interested in the move even from $100 when we started buying it down here. That little inverse head and shoulders. Beautiful. What we wanted to see was the breakout and getting that continuation into all-time highs. That's what you're really looking at here. And again, I'm telling you, you're getting that action now. You're getting some breakout volume. Look at the volume here, right? Bring it up. Really see. You saw declining volume all inside the apex, and then you're seeing a little bit of breakout. Can we get some more? Earnings season. We're not talking enough about that. We just had back-to-back-to-back good inflation reports. We're getting more cuts happening. And now jobs appear to be like moving in a good direction, which could be an issue down the line. But again, in the short term, these have to be things that are getting you excited. And I look at Nvidia and I'm like, dude, what could go wrong, right? And so that's where we're at right now. And I look at Nvidia and I'm excited. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for all-time highs. And the people that are going to be able to hold those positions at all-time highs are going to be the people that have long-dated positions, okay? DXY still getting a little bit of a bounce. You're still seeing yields as well, still elevated as well back into the 200 SMA there. So those are some areas of concern. Bitcoin, this is another really interesting area of the market. You got Bitcoin sitting in the downtrend still, right? Clearly in the downtrend, we can all testify to that. Amen, brother. Right? It's going back to March. And I keep hearing people in my head, hey, Tyler, what about Mara and Riot? And guys, no one cares. Okay? I'm sorry. No one cares about those. Bad news bears, right? What's MicroStrategy doing? Oh, it's pushing back into all-time highs, like we talked about, when they get above 152. What's Coinbase doing though? Operating kind of at lows, kind of trash down here. I mean, look at that action. Terrible. What about Mara? Terrible. CLSK? Terrible. Riot? Terrible. MicroStrategy's been the clear winner. Coinbase is like a second runner-up, but MicroStrategy's the big winner here. So again, I'm looking at crypto. That's the area I'm looking at. And I do believe crypto will start getting back into tangent with what's happening with the rest of the market. So I think MicroStrategy is honestly just getting started. Now, China, our Chinese brothers and sisters, Xi Jinping and the boys, they didn't love us last night. You're seeing a little bit of a dip. Now, why is China dipping? Because I mentioned this on Twitter. And if you don't follow on Twitter, I recommend doing so. I gave you guys an update last night that you were going to have the government meeting, like 30 minutes from whatever. You can go look at that data for yourself. Anyways, they went over stimulus. What's happening there? They did not announce any new stimulus. Now, this is what's going on with China's market. It's been the weakest stock market in the world for maybe Russia is a close second. I don't know. Okay. For the past 2 years. Now, the question going forward is the stimulus that they're dumping into the market. And if the stimulus continues to happen, names like Baba, Pinduoduo, PDD, JD, Baidu, these names will continue to move in a bullish function. Okay. Now, we knew that these were coming into some big levels. Like PDD was at a major level of 153. As long as you held 153, you're very bullish, but you rejected off of it. But and everyone's like, today, they're like, well, Tyler, you were wrong about China. You were wrong. Okay, guys, let's talk really quick. What do we look to do? We look to buy at support, right? We look for, and if we're breaking out, we look for a break and then the retest, the 1-2 punch, right? We don't just function with the jab. We go for the 1 and then the 2. That's what you're looking at here on China names. So if we don't get that break and hold or a breakout and pull back, then look, you just wait for the next pullback. So I'm looking at Pinduoduo specifically around 130, 131. I think Baba is going to be nice as well. It's a much tougher one to find here. I'd be looking near 102 to 104 once again down there as well. But again, China's not done with stimulus. I'm going to tell you right now, China is not done with stimulus. They're going to be bumping this back up. Longer dated positions as well in China. The long dated before was Nvidia. It's late to get into that. Next one up, China. Okay, moving forward as well. Also, people keep asking me, like, is Exxon still the play, Tyler? Is Exxon, energy? Well, if this is true and they don't start attacking the nuclear facilities and maybe even not even the oil facilities, well, then guess what? Oil is going to start retracing back to the downside. We have to wait and see. Again, will we call Israel's bluff? I don't know. So we'll see what they do. I would not be trading oil at this point, but you see, look at that illiquidity you rejected off the 200 daily moving average, back down near $71. Not the best look. Okay. So again, that's what we're looking at there. So overall, looking at the markets, what are we marking out? Put down your handy dandy notebook. Number one, holding above 20,252 on Nasdaq is extremely bullish. Number one. Number two, ES futures. Okay. All you really need to have is 2 levels on your chart. I've been telling people, or 3. Your support down here at 5,700, 5,730, and then your level 5,782, 5,797. That's all that really matters here. Above 5,797, we're gone. Blast off. Got to blast Jimmy Neutron. I'm not talking Team Rocket either. So that's what we're looking at here. If you have questions, comment down below. I like where we're at. I think we're moving in the right direction. When we get some more of this, we'll be talking real nice here in the next few days. Have a good one, traders.